Hello everyone, and welcome back to Figure Review. On this episode, I'm continuing my look at DC Multiverse Batman vs. Superman series with Unmasked Batman. Now this figure isn't a part of Series 1 or Series 2. This is a Toys R Us exclusive, so you have to make sure you're in the Toys R Us. Hey, I got one by you if you want to pick this one up. Now, this figure for me is a double-edged sword. There's some very good aspects about this version, and there's a very, very bad aspect about this version. Let's get into it. Now, as you can see, we have a very cool concept here, an unmasked Batman with a mask you can put on and off. And we also get our first look at DC Multiverse take on a Ben Affleck head sculpt. So very cool there. Let's start with the pros first. Now, as you guys know, I've been highly critical of all the Batman figures in this series. Batman is my favorite superhero. And not just that, but it's just one of my favorite things in life. There's two, for those who don't know me, there's two favorite things I have in life. It's WWE wrestling and Batman. So anything Batman, I'm pretty critical of. I always go in with an open mind and open heart, hoping that it's awesome. But I won't sugarcoat it if I don't like it. This body of this figure is the best version of Batman vs. Superman DC Multiverse has put out yet. It has the most accurate coloring of the suit. Even though it's the same molds, this body should be much more defined as far as muscles. Like, there should be more abs on it. The bicep should be more cut on the inside. Stuff like that. But overall, this version of the body is the best thus far. It has the same texturing issues, like the gauntlets have texture, but the glove does not. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But the coloring is there. They got the gold on the spikes, on the knuckles, on the tips of the boots. The belt could be a little better, but what are you going to do? You can only nitpick those little things. The belt could be better. The cape is tremendous. Tremendous texturing on the cape. Very detailed. Got that jagged edge at the bottom. Because this has been like the main bat suit. Like, this Batman apparently doesn't have a plethora of suits. He just has one really good one. Other than, of course, the mech suit he creates in the film. So the body, best one yet by Mattel and DC. They took what they already had and just made it much better in terms of color and look. So that's very good. The head scan, I feel it's mostly accurate, but there's just something off about the eyes. Like, it does have a resemblance to Ben Affleck. I just feel like there's something a little off there. It's not quite right. They also could have put some gray in his hair. He has some gray in his hair in the movie. It wouldn't kill you to put some gray, just on the sides where his temples would be. Like, it's okay. Great detail on this using the, he's got a bit of a beard there, the 5 o'clock shadow. That looks good. No complaint there. It just doesn't look quite right. It's between the jet black hair and the eyes, it kind of looks like an alternate universe Ben Affleck who maybe has some Asian influence. Like, it's just a little off. It's just a little off. It doesn't quite look like him. Now, of course, all these figures, regardless of where you get them, come with a piece for the Batman's Grapple Gun. This Batman came with a piece you can plug into the front that makes it look like the grapple gun is actually shooting a grapple out of it. So when that video is coming sooner than later, folks, of the grapple gun replica, and let me tell you, it is a very special piece. I know a lot of people wanted to build a figure, but believe me, if you're a Batman fan, you are going to want to consider getting these figures and putting this grapple gun together, because I got all but one piece, and it is looking very, very awesome. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is a downside to all of this figure. It's great. I mean, this is pretty great. Like I said, I nitpicked the eyes and the hair. His hair isn't black in the movie. I mean, it's very, blackish brown with a little gray. The jet black hair is a little overkill. I think that's Mattel being a little bit cheapo there, but This mask looks cool for him to hold, you know? It's accurate to the part in the movie where, you know, Batman's having his nightmare. We all saw the trailer, and it gets pulled off. It's got that cut up the back so you can put it on and off. And for him to hold it, you know, it looks pretty cool. If you were to display it, it looks pretty cool. But things go way downhill when you actually put it on him. Let's take a look here. Okay, so what happened? Like, you know, it's a good idea in theory, but this is just a bad execution. This is way too thick. I mean, this looks like Batman has an allergic reaction to a bee sting. Batman. It is, I mean, just look, there's no neck. What happened to his neck? Like, it just looks absolutely terrible. This is worse looking than the Batman Barbie figure. I thought the mask and head looked huge on that. This is just the next level. Like, there's just no neck. It's just way too thick. I mean, it sits on his head very snugly. There's no question of that. But it's the plastic of it is so thick and there's no neck. It just looks ridiculous. So a very, very sad turn of events for this figure. Especially when the figure itself is so great. It's just bad. So, I mean, if you like the idea of an unmasked Batman, just have him display it or hold it on the side. Because it just looks terrible on the actual figure. It's really a huge disappointment. When I heard this figure was coming out, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's been done over the years, different ways, different versions. But some good, some bad. This one is one of the worst as far as the actual feature of putting the mask on him and having it look like Batman. No, it looks a very ridiculous Batman with the mask on. So, overall, a pretty great figure with a almost good accessory. They just didn't quite get the scaling of it right. They couldn't pull it off. I think it would have been much, much better to give this figure an easily removable head so you could switch between Bruce Wayne and Batman, and that would have been pretty cool. At least this Batman has regular human-sized eyes compared to the other figures in this series. But there you have it, folks. Very, very soon, there's only one figure left I wanted to seek out. Now, there is a Superman with an alternate head, Toys R Us exclusive. I'm not picking that up. I don't need it. I don't want it. That figure does come with an alternate grappling hook accessory. You can't put them both on, unfortunately. I don't believe, but it has an alternate grapple hook piece to the gun as an accessory. I will not be picking that one up and revealing that one, but the next video in this series will be the Bat Creature. I haven't found it yet. Hoping it's not too much of a pain to find, but hopefully I'll have it for you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please check out 2 brand new episodes of Customs and Fix-Ups. Catch you later, everybody. Now available on eBay. Please click the link in the description. It's the DC Comics Suicide Squad movie Harley Quinn action figure by Mattel. This figure is new in box and stands 12 inches tall. See this listing by clicking the link in the description, and thanks for watching, everybody.